So if you've ever wondered what it takes for a video editor to edit a social media video, the entire process from start to finish, including captions, B-roll, the clipping of it, everything in between in the exporting process all the way to the end, then today I'm going to show you exactly how it gets done from the video editors on my team. So what we're going to do today is I actually had my best video editor on the social media side edit a video and record a screen recording from start to finish on one of the videos that we put out for my social media. So I'm going to be looking at my screen here as we follow along, and then my YouTube editor is going to be baking in the screen recording for you guys to check out and see. So this is going to be very interesting. It's a little bit of a different format in a video, but I wanted to show you guys what it took to edit a video. This is not necessarily a tutorial video for people, but it also, obviously, like, you can take what my editor does and, go through it. But again, when it comes to editing social media videos, I'm not looking for you as the viewer to walk through the entire process that my editors go through. There's going to be some things that you'll see here where you're like, well, why is he doing it that way? Or it could be quicker this way. But this is the method in which we found makes the most sense to retain context, value, give a very, very good hook, and a very good call to action in the video. We have a little bit more of a strategy than just having AI clip out a clip and then we use that and maybe do light editing on it. There's a lot more that goes into it because we're utilizing these videos specifically to market our business. And that's important to make sure we retain all of that information. So I'm going to show you here once again, if you're watching and you're like, this is a tutorial, cool, take it as that way. But there's going to be someone here that's editing videos on social media and you're like, it could be done a different way. And that's fine. Everybody has their own ways. There's a million different ways to edit videos. This is just how we have our video editors do it. And I thought giving you a little insight on that would be awesome. So let's go through this. So basically, I'm going to start with literally going down the line. I'm going to scrub through along with you. So here's what happens. The first thing that we're doing is obviously taking, and this is specifically taking long form video and chopping out a clip. If you're editing the video because you shot it specifically for social media and you kept it under 60 seconds, which I did a video on, by the way, so go check that out. But if you're doing it that way, then the editing process is going to be similar, but there's going to be a couple of steps you're skipping essentially. So the first thing is we're selecting, on my editor screen here, you see all those project files, but you also see all those video files. Those are the long form videos that he can chop into and cut out clips from. So the idea here is for him, now we're going to show one clip, but the idea is for him to go through these videos and chop out 5 to 6 clips at a time, or even more than that at a time, so that you're efficient with the clips being pulled out of the core content. We're juicing out as much as possible. So he's going to pick one of those videos for us to import. So first thing he's going to be doing is color grading. Now, we don't do a whole lot of this because at the end of the day, it really doesn't show, that much benefit in the long run. You want to make sure that it looks good, right? We're giving effort to make sure the video looks as good as possible, but we're not going overboard with it. So we're not doing all kinds of crazy stuff to it. You're going to see just some light things that he's doing on the color grading and just making it look decent. Now, the next part of this is going to be the clipping. So he goes through a process of getting the clip transcribed and that sort of thing, and then making sure that we have, in Premiere Pro, this is what we're using. And again, other softwares, you're going to be able to do something similar as well. But in Premiere Pro, we're going to transcribe the video, and there's a couple reasons why we do that. Number one is to get the captions on the screen. So we want to have captions on the social media screens, those, pop-up captions at the bottom of the screen that you'll see. But in addition to that, it will also help us select the clip. So we can also use AI to tell us what clips to pull from by uploading the transcript to AI. So that's a really neat little trick that, you could utilize in your video editing adventure. So here's what he does is he exports the, the transcript and then throws it into ChatGPT and then kind of goes through and decides what he wants to actually clip out. And that's where the usefulness comes in from the AI portion of it. Now, again, I've done a video on utilizing AI for social media clipping. And to me, it's not the one-stop shop for video editing at the moment. It could change, and obviously AI gets better and better over time. Where we've come from, when it really first came out aggressively to the public over the last couple of years, it's really grown and done a really, really good job. But at the moment, the important thing is retaining context, retaining value, good clear-cut hook, good clear-cut call to action. And so my editor is going to go through and try to clip some of this together to make it one congruent 60-second video. So he'll go through, kind of trim it down, do a little bit of light editing and that sort of thing. And then the next thing that he does is he's going to export it Now, here's the thing. Like, I actually just ran into this with a client we were onboarding yesterday, and he was asking, should we film everything in 8K or 4K? Because we have the capabilities in our cameras. And at the end of the day, when you're exporting your videos for social media, just export everything in 1080p. The reason is because when you upload a video to Instagram, it's going to format in 1080p anyway. The reason why is because the bigger the file is for the platforms, it's going to take longer for it to load. And if it's only 4K video footage that's being uploaded to Instagram Reels, as people are scrolling through the videos, it's going to take forever to each video to load. And that's not the format for the videos. The format for the videos is to, every time you swipe, the video plays. Every time you swipe, the video plays. And it just has no lag. That's what you want. So the platforms will automatically reformat it to 1080p, which you might as well export it in that anyway. So the only advantage to 4K is that you'll be able to blow it up a lot bigger without it getting pixelated, right? So that's important to understand. So he exports this, and then now where he actually adds the editing in as he goes to CapCut. Now, this can be done in Premiere. It can be. However, my editor has a really clean workflow to be able to take that video from Premiere, and CapCut does a really, really good job with animations and captioning styles and just the design of the video aesthetics overall, just to keep it engaging. And he has a really good system for that. So he'll import it into CapCut, start doing some edits to it. He'll add captions. And as we're kind of going through here, he'll go back into, I did a video on tools to use for video editors. And one of them was Envato. Envato is fantastic for B-roll video that you could use and imagery and stuff like that. It has a crazy amount of other assets that you can utilize in the media space. So he'll download some relevant B-roll clips and, kind of go through, add those to the clipping here. And CapCut, I believe, does also have the ability to add B-roll clips as well, but this is what my editor wanted to do. So he'll blow up the B-roll there, make it framed correctly on the screen, and really just add engaging content to the actual video itself. And in this that I skipped, it was the captions, right? So you can go through in CapCut and edit the captions, the font, the style of the captions, the transitions, and then if there's anything in the actual captions that needs to be edited because maybe it got transcribed incorrectly or spelled incorrectly, then he can go through and edit those. So he's already done that as we're scrubbing through here. So the next part of this is he does the transitions and sound effects and stuff like that. This is where just the extra stuff that really helps the engaging side of the video, make it an entertaining video to watch as opposed to just sitting in front of a camera and talking and you just have captions on the screen, right? So he's adding some sound effects. He's adding some, kind of transitions to make it pop off and that sort of thing. I think he goes back through here and adds a little bit more B-roll. And then as we're going through here, he's just kind of doing some light touch-ups and that sort of thing as he's finishing up the video. So that's really all it takes to edit the video. And I say it's all it takes. My editors are incredible at the workflows that they do here. So the totality of editing one social media video for us takes about 15 minutes. Now, we do give them, our video editors, I'll do another video on this specifically, but our video editors, their timelines are between 15 and 20 minutes to do one social media video. So that's including the clipping, that's including the captioning, the adding B-roll, all the effects and stuff like that. So that's important to understand because as I'm paying my team, I want to make sure that they're not spending an hour on a video because it's just not necessary. And again, like, the editor that's doing this video, he does hundreds of these videos on a weekly basis, like literally thousands on a monthly basis. So he's got this down packed and has a really, really good workflow and system. So whatever works for you, obviously, like you may not need to get Premiere and CapCut. Maybe you could do all this in CapCut. You kind of could, but it just depends on what your workflow looks like. So then he's going to export the actual video from CapCut and then it's done. And then now what we're going to do is I'm going to show you the actual video that he exported so you could see what the workflow basically resulted in. So we're going to show that now. So the next thing you're going to get is a light. Now, the lighting is important because this is going to improve the quality pretty drastically. Normally, I would tell people to face a window. Natural light's going to be the best form of light. If I did that right now and I'm literally sitting on a window, the sun is like beaming on my face. You don't want that. You want it to kind of just creeping into your window. So the device that I have is this right here. So it has a little clamp and it has this extending arm that has different settings that you can and brightnesses that you could set on the lighting. So that right there costs about $15 on Amazon. and that gives you the great lighting that you're seeing right now. So that's essentially the video that came out of that entire walkthrough that we did. Now, hopefully that helps somebody. I understand this isn't necessarily a tutorial for somebody. Maybe somebody is using it as a tutorial, but mainly I want to show you as a social media marketing agency and the content creation agency that we run, this is what it takes to edit a social media video. And we crank out hundreds of these on a daily and weekly basis, thousands of them on a monthly basis. I have 5 full-time video editors. I have one of my video editors that is editing my YouTube video right now. He does primarily YouTube, and then the rest of them, they all do social media video. And that's not a flex or anything. That's literally the business that I built is specifically to edit social media content. And so this is what we put them through. It's all processed out. We have very clear-cut steps for each one of these processes. And so it's important to understand what it takes to edit a video. So this will kind of help people understand what it takes and make a determination if you want to edit the video yourself or if you're going to hand it off to somebody else. And you can even show your video editor this process. Now, obviously, here's the thing. Creatives, they want to do things their own way. I get it. To me, if somebody came up to me and said like, hey, watch this video, this is how you should be editing the videos, then that would be a little off guard. But maybe hopefully this helps somebody that maybe you're doing it yourself and you need a little bit of help and guidance. So that was all the video is today. Hopefully that helps somebody. If it did, make sure you leave a comment down below. Subscribe to my channel if you want more content tips and ways to improve your social media, your podcast, and your YouTube. And make sure you share this with a friend. Also, make sure you check out the descriptions down below in order to connect with me. You can find me on social media on Instagram and Facebook. Just look for Josh Culler and you'll find me. And I'm putting out daily clips like this. You'll find this one on my social media every single day. Thank you guys for watching. We'll see you on the next one.